Okay, we are recording. Okay, so I don't want to take up too much of your guys' times because it's 8:30 at night and I like to go to bed early. Now that I'm doing before it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Who are you?
Who am I? I don't know. Well, I made the mistake of drinking. I heated up my coffee tonight and I made a mistake of drinking half of it and not even realizing that it was caffeine. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to go to bed until like midnight. Okay, so goal setting. So this is something that I'm doing with every new challenger that comes in. It's not a Zoom call, but it's a phone call. I'm setting up a phone call to go over goals. Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm clear on their goals and I want to make sure that they're clear on their goals. So I'm running it through this group as well because I want you guys to have the best results possible with Core to Force. You've signed your contract, you're in this group, which means you read what we're going to be doing and the requirements to be in here, and that's pretty badass because they're a little scary. Like nobody wants to share a Tuesday selfie, right? So, but you're going to do it. Okay, so bullet point number 1 is your meal plan and meal prep. So like Jen said, she just made her meal plan, but she's eating pretty much the same thing every week or every day of the week. My next thing is make it a variety of foods. Get outside your comfort zone only because I at least know for myself, yeah, I'm okay eating the same thing over and over again, but I do tend to binge either on the weekend or if I go somewhere, and I don't want that happening to you guys. Again, I want you to have the best results possible. So it may take an extra night of cooking. It may take you to grab your spouse, significant other, friends to help you cook something, but do it. And I'm going to share my recipes that I've been making because I'm coming up, well, what's today? Tomorrow, Friday. So tomorrow is day 5. And I'm doing Whole30, but it's still Core to Force approved foods, so I can share what I'm making for that as well. I just made coconut cauliflower rice. Heavenly. And even my daughter ate it, who doesn't eat cauliflower. So I have that recipe. I have the shepherd's pie recipe, and I'm going to be making ribs tomorrow night. So I'll share that with you guys too. But when you're making your meal plans, make it a variety of foods because I don't want you to get bored and just be like, oh, well, it's okay to have this handful of this or that, purple of that. Okay. So make sure you have a meal plan in place. Make sure you've prepped what you need to have prepped come Sunday so that you are ready to rock and roll Monday. On top of that, make sure you prep when you're doing your workout. And they highly recommend that you do, well, Monday is something that everybody on this call and in this group should have already done. Maybe besides Kristen, who is about to pop out a baby. But MMA Speed is Monday, so you should know it. But they do ask you, and I know this from the test group, that Joel and Jericho have talked about making sure that you do the move breakdowns because they want you doing full core rotations so that you get the best possible results. If you're not doing it correctly, you are not twisting and turning and kicking and punching the right way to get the maximum results. So even if you have to do it the night before, you just pop it in and watch it so you have an idea of what the move looks like. Do that. As long, you should know MMA Speed by now, but do that so that you can understand and get the full potential of the workout. You don't want to pop in a 47-minute workout and be like, I rock this and not feel anything the next day, right? That would suck. Trust me. Okay, so bullet point number 2 is I want to know from you guys your 7-day goal, your 15-day goal, and your 30-day goal. They do not have to be a weight loss goal. They don't have to be a body transformation goal, but they need to be something that will help you push forward. So you can even make a day 3 goal because by day 3, you can't move. So what's going to make you push play on day 4? But bullet those out. Make sure that they're somewhere that you can see them. Post them in the group if you need accountability. It's super important to have these so that you can continue and keep doing what you're doing and showing up every single day. This is a 7-day-a-week workout. Granted, Sundays is an active rest day, but it still is a DVD that you put in for 21 minutes. Okay, so you do it. Don't skip, just commit to 30 days. So a 7-day goal, 15-day goal, 30-day goal. If you need to have a 3-day goal, do that too. I know that people in the test group were hitting their 30-day or their 90-day goal at 30 days. So, I mean, dream big and push yourself. It could happen. Okay, bullet point number 3 is think ahead now, starting now before we even start the workouts, to after the 30 days. Are you continuing to do another 30 days of core to force? I can tell you my plan. My plan is I'm doing the basic, which is what our challengers get in the challenge pack, right? So I'm doing the basic kit of core to force for 30 days. After the 30 days, I'm moving to the deluxe. So I'm switching up my calendar, still doing core to force, but adding in the deluxe workouts. So now I have my 30-day results that I can share with potential challengers and on my social media. That way I'm not having them have to buy more to have the deluxe results, right? And then after that, I'm going to up my AMPI and move on to the deluxe. That's my goal. So start thinking about that now. If you guys are like, okay, yeah, I want to do this again, we will keep this group open. If it's going well and people are seeing great results and we are communicating as a team and having lots and lots of fun, we'll keep this running for as many rounds of core to force that we want, or we can change it up and make it just a team challenge group where we come in whenever we change a program for the accountability. Because no matter what, I think that a lot of us forget that we have to be challengers first, right? There's a whole theme of leadership. It was a whole theme of Summit. If you were there, if you saw any of the videos, it was a major, major theme. So we need to keep that in the forefront of our mind from now on in our businesses, okay? Bullet point number 4 is sharing on social media. So this is not just a challenge group. We're not just paid challengers or people who come in as customers. We are still coaches who want to work a business, who want to grow, who want to help people. How are we going to do that? Is being a product of the product. We're in the challenge group as challengers, but now we got to share about it, right? We have to share on iMovie. So if you don't know how to do that, learn. It's very easy. I can do a tutorial. So you can put together 10-second clips of different moves that you're doing because people want to see that, hey, if she can do it, I can do it, right? I have done 3 videos, I think. I didn't do 2 days of my 4 were MMA speed, so I wasn't going to do another one of that. But every day I've been doing something, whether it's a picture or a video or both, okay? So iMovie, pictures, stories. You might talk about, like, I see a lot of people doing, I think Jenna did it for a 3-day refresh where she has a block over her before picture that says results coming soon, or like body under construction. You can do something like that. And then that can be your segue into your Tuesday selfies. But talk about how you're feeling before. This is huge. So I'm turning this into like a coach call too. When we are trying to attract people and trying to gain customers, what we need to do on our social media is we need to talk about how we feel, how we did feel, and how we hope to feel, or how we feel now. Because basically what's going to happen is you're going to have your catching picture, right? So you have to have a picture. If you guys are somebody who's just posting words, people are not going to read them. The picture is what catches their eye as they're scrolling through the news feed, which I'm sure every single one of you is guilty of. You're like scrolling through, like, oh wait, that picture's nice. I'm gonna read what they wrote about it. So you have your engaging picture, and then you have your post. But in that post, you may be talking about yourself. You know, so like I'll give you an example. Like, I talk about how, like, no, it's not. It's not even my phone.
Logan.
It's Tim's phone. So I talk about, like, so I did my 30-day or 60-day, my final max 30 results, right? And I talked about how I was feeling beforehand and how hard it is for me to lose weight because of my hypoglycemia, my PMDD, and my what else? Adrenal failure, fatigue, whatever you want to call it. But I talked about how I was feeling before. I talked about how I felt during as I was doing my Tuesday selfies. And I talked about how I felt afterwards. And each one of those different types of things, people are not going to read about you. They're going to put themselves in that situation. They're going to say, you know, I have that same problem or I feel that same way. And that will lead them out to contact you if you put a nice call to action at the end of it, because they see themselves in what you're talking about. So that's super important, okay? So that would be your stories and your feelings you're going to share about. And you're going to share about your food and your shakes, right? So I don't know. Kristen would probably be the only one that would have heard this if you listened to the leadership calls. But at leadership, Carl Deichler got up on stage and he was, if you haven't heard Carl Deichler speak, you must, because he's hilarious. But he got up on stage on his soapbox about those people who post about coffee. And I was like, well, that's me. He's like, they're like oozing at the seams about how much they freaking love coffee. And he's like, and they will post like coffee here and coffee there. But yeah, he's like, we know what we're doing with technology, because that's what's going to change people's lives. Coffee's not, right? We need to be as passionate about technology as we are about coffee or whatever else you're passionate about. We need to share about it, right? We are not just getting our results from Core to Force. We're getting our results from the nutrition plan, from what we're eating, and Shakeology, right? The package deal. So we're going to be talking about all of that. Okay? Any questions so far?
Mute somebody because you're background noise.
I don't know who it is.
Hi. What is your suggestion for people who, like coaches and challengers, who really just suck? You guys are worth, and I think all of you are really good cooks.
I think it's Lisa. Yep.
Yeah.
So what things do you recommend with meal plans to make it not so complicated and simplistic for them?
For challengers or for these guys?
For both. I mean, I have coaches that have never wrote a meal plan.
No. So I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Totally, Kristen. I don't do this.
I know.
It's horrifying to me.
We used to see
Literally,
all the time.
but I make my millions. It's going to be I just need a chef. I don't need anything else. But all I'm doing is I'm doing the simplest things now. I go through the Fix8 cookbook and find out what has the least amount of ingredients. Like legit, like that's how I do everything. Like if it doesn't, and like I do a lot of, like I'm serious. That's what I'll do, and I will make I'll make 3 or 4 meals. Even now, even not even on a plan, I'll make 3 or 4 meals on a Sunday, and I'll just rotate them through because I can't stand to cook.
Right. And you're busy, right? So, like, I was thinking things we could work on with this group, because this is, obviously I can't work out, so I'm going to be focused on nutrition, but, meal plans for busy people, meal plans for people who are on a budget, and meal plans for people who are just learning to cook. Because when I started cooking clean, I was 24 years old, and I couldn't even boil water. So I've come a long way.
That's right.
See? So we could live vicariously through Jenna, because if 80% of our results is coming from nutrition, and that's what's keeping our energy stores, and we can't even master these meal plans, and I just am trying to think, there's got to be a simpler way of getting this. And that's what I've been working on with my challengers, because I'm like, well, I can't work out right now, but I can help you eat, so I was thinking
that Fix8 channel, the cooking channel, is pretty good too.
Yeah,
you have right on demand.
or making like I made a video for that in my challenge group. I was like, this is Beachbody on demand, and this is what you get access to for 30 days with your challenge pack, and here's these great resources. So that's what I was thinking, if we could just maybe, when you guys are making your meal plans, because that's a good goal, to like keep those things in mind, or maybe we could like break it up into projects where we could be like, hey, here's a meal plan using the 21-day fix where you can go shop at Aldi, and if you're on a budget, this is perfect. This is perfect for, busy families or people who like Jen, who hate to cook, like, picky eaters. I don't know. Just maybe think I can tell you guys right now, I'm doing a vegetarian meal plan because I can't eat meat. Like, I hope I can eat meat in 3 weeks, but I'll be working on that, and that's something that I can offer. But
there's a 21-day fix vegan plan that you can.
Oh, I'm not vegan.
No, but I'm saying like you can add in your eggs.
Right.
But there is one that's, you know, pretty much created that has guidelines for it.
Right. But just make like a like I almost see like a just like a library where people, even if this group when it ends, they can go back to and they can be like, oh yeah, look at that meal plan. I could use that, you know.
We can create a document where everybody puts the meal plan.
The biggest thing is people want to eat outside their calorie range. They see the 1,400 calories and they're like, oh, I want that. And I'm like, no, that's not your caloric baseline. I was like, I know that's what you're thinking. Like, I've got to eat less and work out more, lose weight, but that's not how this works. So you have to really take the time for your challengers, and you really have to know what range they're supposed to be in. And I think a big thing that people, like, I look at some of these challengers' meal plans, and I'm like, dude, you eat 3 times a day. What are you doing? And it's like Shakeology and an apple and a piece of chicken. It's like, you've got to eat more. You're starving yourself at that point, you know?
Which is why I'm implementing the goal setting calls with my challengers. But yeah, I know for a fact the challengers, and I'm pretty sure all coaches on this call have done it too, but they overcomplicate the container system because it's something so abnormal to them. And they're like, I just don't get it. And I'm like, well, what's there not to get? You know, like, whatever's on this purple list and if it's in your container, you can eat. It literally tells you, you know, X or 10 strawberries, you know, like, there's really no guesswork. But it's kind of like when we buy a kid toy and there's instructions put together and you're like, what the crap? Like, why can't I read these instructions and put this together? It's because they've dumbed it down so much that everybody can learn and know how to do it, that our brains can't comprehend that. This is proven. So it's the same thing with our meal plans and the meal guides that are now coming with the programs. It's so freeing and so easy that our brains can't comprehend that because we feel like this should be harder, right? So for me, I actually don't meal plan, because if I do and I meal prep, I don't eat my food because I'm a live by the day type of person. So I just have a stocked fridge, and whatever I feel like making that day, I make, but I know it's within my containers. Otherwise, I've found that I waste a ton of food because I just don't want to eat it. But I will plan some dinners so I know obviously what to get. But it may not be on the night that I said I was going to make it. So like I said, I can post my recipes that are also container approved, and we'll also have a file of recipes that we can share with people, because I'm a huge variety person. Like I said, I can eat very strict, like I did when I did Country Heat Test Group, just because it was easy for me. But now at the Whole30, I have more energy and I can cook. So I've been doing more recipes. But definitely having that in there too will be beneficial down the road when, you know, one of our challengers is like, I need a new recipe. I can't keep eating X, Y, and Z. Like, oh, well, you could just pull this out, right? Okay. So bullet point number 4, 5, if I can count, is your Tuesday selfies. So I just want to go over real quick just to make sure that you guys understand what this is. Tuesday is going to be your first day, so you don't have to take one then, right? So if you looked at the posting guide, for those of you who are signing up to be motivational posters of the day, the first Tuesday is open. Second Tuesday after that, I will be filling up with the Tuesday selfie post, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your before picture and that second Tuesday selfie, and you're going to put them together and put them side by side so that not only you can see your progress, but you can share it on Transformation Tuesday. You want people to be watching your journey. This is going to hold you highly accountable if you actually post it. Okay, so on Tuesday, you can post your picture of your before with your square on it over your body that says, you know, results coming soon, or whatever you want to say. And then in the description, you can talk about, make sure you check back in every Tuesday, because you're going to be seeing a Transformation Tuesday from start to finish. And people are going to check in and watch you. And hopefully that will keep you accountable enough to actually do the picture and post it every day. Okay. But you're going to talk about your story. Every Tuesday, you're going to put a different snippet of your story in there, and with a small call to action. And I'll post the call to action, or a version of the call to action, to put at the end. Okay. It's very simple, very clean, and very focused. And hopefully, we start off, and Jenna already knows this because she works with me, but the people who like it, who are not coaches or current challengers of you, you'll be sending a message to. So this is something that you're going to get into a habit of. You'll be sending a message, and it'll be pretty much a canned response, which I can also post in the group. You're going to make it your own. Please do not copy and paste it because you don't want numerous people getting the same message. But it's just to keep conversations going, doors open to potential challengers down the road to invite, okay, even if they say no. And then hopefully as they see your progress with Core de Force, people will start to comment or message you for more information. That's like the whole point of this, right? So people can see your progress. But I also want you guys to post your Tuesday selfies in the group because that's what we're here for. We're here for accountability. And we're here for celebration and helping you out and all that good stuff. So don't be shy. The more vulnerable we are with our potential challengers and on our social media, the more we connect with people. But that's the same within our team and our group, right? So if we're vulnerable in our group, we're going to become closer as a team because that wall of trust is like, whoa, I can't believe I just posted that picture, right? Everybody understand Tuesday selfies. It gets really easy. I promise you, just like bing, bang, boom, I'm done. First 2 or 3 may be hard, but it'll be okay. Okay, and then number 6 is, nobody knows about this, but I was saving it for this call. I will be doing a prize at the end of this group, and there'll be a first and second place winner, and it will be by voting. So it's not going to necessarily be by weight loss or inches lost, but it will be by your final, so the week after, or once you finish your 30 days, whatever day that is, the next day, your after picture and your before picture. You're going to put them side by side. And I don't care if you write on it how much you lost. We're not judging off that. We're judging off of your picture. The team is going to vote for first and second place. Does that make sense? Just a little friendly competition. Any questions?
Nope.
Is everybody excited? I can't.
Yes.
That hurts. Don't everybody jump up at once.
For any locals that would like to come over and do meal prepping for me, welcome to.
Put your own food, Jen.
Huh? You're gonna come do it for me? That's so nice of you.
You have a lot of locals. You could just have
I
a meal
know.
prep
Come
party.
on over. Everybody cook for me. You know what? I'll even buy the food. Just do it for me.
Why don't you just do it together?
We should have a virtual meal prep party. I'm for it.
Yes.
You know what? I totally should do that. I should do that.
There's a lot of coaches in my area that do that, and they kill with Success Club with the meal prepping. I'm telling you, meal prepping is like the one thing people struggle with the most. And when you can help them with that, it's like when you become really strong with it, they master it, and then they tell their friends about it. It's like,
So I could sit here with a glass of wine and have the camera face Michelle and Chris while they meal prep for me?
No.
No? Bailey, you roll your eyes over there? I can't tell yet.
No.
Oh,
like no.
I meal prep for my family and they pay me, so I'd definitely be willing to help you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I barter with my family. My one cousin cuts hair, so he comes and cuts all my kids' hair while I cook his meals.
Okay. Michelle and Chris, we're going to work on some kind of deal here. I'm thinking. I see
All
something
right.
brewing.
Jenna's really good with meal prepping. She does a lot of videos and stuff. Like Jenna Moore. There's 2 Jennas on right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say not me.
And I'm two ends.
I'm good at inventing stuff.
I'm good at eating the food you make.
I know you are. You're very
So-
good.
Are you doing a weekly vote, or at the end of you said at the end you're doing a vote?
Yeah, at the end. We'll compile
Matt-
all of them into a photo album and you guys can vote. What?
And so this is a 60-day group, right?
No, we're starting with 30. Depending on what people want to do, we'll move on to the 60.
Okay.
No matter what, I'm doing 60.
Out of all y'all.
I'm doing 60.
Yeah. You pop out a baby, you already beat us all. All right,
How eating?
that's all I got for you.
All right, I'm going to go get my kids to bed. Good night, everyone.
Night, Jen.
Nice.
Bunch of, does anybody have anything else they want to say? Questions you want to ask? What? What, Kristen?
I said you did a great job.
I'm excited about it because I really love it. I'm going to stop recording.